Minutes after 9, on to the final hour of the conversation today. Cradle.com. CRAYDEL.com. Why is that URL important?
So if you're thinking of going to university or even getting that sorted out for your children or anybody who's a student who's looking for higher education outside the shores of Kenya, there is a fair and it takes place on the 31st of August at the Gallant Mall in Parklands. And so you ask why? Well, here's a one-stop shop for all that you would ever need that concerns this university education abroad. Meet top international universities, apply on the spot for said universities and even get your admission that day, and secure partial scholarships as well. Get your visa, student visa information clocked and ready, and also accommodation assistance all in one place. It's something that you wouldn't really find all that information in one place. So that's the reason why you should actually attend this fair. The Cradle World Fair is on again on the 31st of August from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Gallant Mall in Parklands. This is an invite-only event. So what that means is that you need to register ahead of time. Go to the website www.cradle.com or dial 0799 000 444. Get all the information. See you on the 31st.
Very good, very good. Our final conversation for today is going to be on political parties. We said, this country, according to the Constitution, shall be a multi-party democracy. One of those parties is called United Democratic Alliance. United, Democratic, Alliance. As if United was not enough, you have to bring in alliance. You know that it is working in an alliance of United for Democracy.
They were broad-based at inception. That's why there's alliance. Surely.
The party has its interim officials. We know the party leader, the deputy party leader, the interim chairperson, the newly incumbent acting interim secretary general, and all those. And then there are people who are claiming that they're also the interim founders of the party.
But we haven't heard anybody claiming that they're original founders, have we?
Sindiawa.
Until now.
Kina Joe Halende and others are the UDA Founders Association.
Founder member.
Yes. And he's the chair of this. He's our guest. Joe Halende, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Welcome to the hot seat of the situation.
Asante.
Karibu sana.
Yes.
I see Mava Azimio Blue. That's very good.
It's a statement. Don't hide in the corners. Just tell us. Come out.
Well, of course, it's purely coincidental. Of course. But nice tie. Your tie.
Thank you.
Chapa kabisa. Now, listen. It's important that you go for regular health checkups. You know that, huh?
Yes.
And Aga Khan University Hospital is telling you, by the way, with only 9,950, come to any of our clinics, anywhere that you see Aga Khan University Hospital. Come in, say, I'm here for a comprehensive medical checkup. They will do that for you. They'll give you advice. You'll sit to a medic. Medic will tell you, okay, so from what we see in the results, this is what we think. Maybe exercise more. Maybe have less stress. Mambo ya siasa, weka kwa lungs.
Si kwa roho.
Si kwa roho. Ukiweka siasa kwa roho, inakuharibu. Okay? Those kind of things. Sawa. 99.50 is all you need. Okay?
Thank you.
Very good. Now, Siti, why don't you welcome Joe with the day's proverb?
Yes, I will. Our proverbs for the whole of this week come from the Republic of Chad. The more feathers a chicken has, the bigger it looks. And the nearer it approaches the grave.
The more feathers a chicken has, the bigger it looks. And the nearer it approaches the grave. Joe Halende, what's your interpretation of this proverb?
Joe Halende kama mtu wa Ingo.
Let's get to chicken.
It's a very appropriate proverb.
You see, from where I come from, if you want to slaughter, if you want to slaughter a chicken for your guests, you will most definitely go for the one which is well fattened, and the more it has more feathers, the more it looks to be fattened, and the easiest way is to slaughter that one, and that's how it goes near to the grave. Yes.
What do you think the proverb is telling us?
The proverbs teaches about one fundamental thing about your first impression, your first interaction, and how people will judge you with that first interaction. Yes.
Good one. Yeah.
I think so.
Good one. So, who are the UDA? Who's the UDA Founders Association? What's that?
UDA Founder Association is basically the people who conceptualized and originated the party. Basically, they are the promoters. These are the people who had the original idea of forming a political party. And they are not, we cannot say they are not owners, they are just founders. These are the people who had the real idea and who know the ideology behind the UDA. UDA has a genesis. UDA has its starting point. And UDA has its history. There's the same way, if you go to US, in 1828, Martin Vaughan, among the founders of the Democratic Party, if the same way in the history of US in 1860, the founders Abraham Lincoln, the anti-slavery movement, are the founders of the large party called the Republican Party. So the same way with us. Basically, the UDA founder members are the artifact of the party.
Okay.
Yes.
How many are they?
I don't have the current the correct figure as per now, because now we are how can I say it?
You are legion.
Yes. We are a legion.
Wait a minute.
We're talking about founder member, or are we talking about the membership that the founder members have? Because founder members, wanzilishisio.
Yes.
They don't increase every day, but they found.
Not they increase every day, but an association, we are a like-minded. We are a like-minded association.
All
Yes.
right, all right. I've got it.
Yes.
Are you a founder of UDA?
Yes, I'm a founder member.
A founder member.
Yes.
Explain.
When
was UDA formed? When was UDA founded? When was this idea conceptualized? Because you told us about conceptualization of a political party. When was UDA conceptualized?
UDA was conceptualized between the period of 2018 to 2019, going to 2020, when now we were branded as Tanga Tanga. That's when the idea was conceptualized. Then we moved into a hustler movement. Then, because we were going into an election, we needed a party. Then we moved from hustler nation to a political party. And the founder members are the people who oiled this machine.
Who?
When was it registered?
First, it started as PDR, if you remember very well. The party was called PDR.
What does that mean?
Let me get the name. Yes,
Okay.
PDR, that was the initial. Then we rebranded to UDA. Our first elected member of parliament was Kawanjiku. Because you remember the by-election, the first by-election that started when we were conceptualizing this idea, it was the Musambweni by-election. So we ended up having an independent candidate. Then when we went for the by-election of Kiamba, that's when we first had our elected member of parliament, who is Kawanjiku.
So are you saying that's the time when UDA was founded?
Yes.
Because, there's a confusion here. There's a political party that was registered with the Registrar of Political Parties called PDR.
Yes.
All right? PDR goes and rebrands and calls itself UDA.
Yes.
Now, when was the party founded? Are we looking back at when PDR was registered? Or are we looking at when PDR rebranded.
When PDR rebranded.
So when PDR rebranded to UDA.
Yes.
So how is that conceptualization?
You see, when you rebrand a political party, you must have a vision, mission, objective of a political party, and you must have a constitution of a political party. So when we conceptualize the idea of UDA as a political party, now, see, I've told you our journey. When we were branded as Tanga Tanga, we moved into a hustler nation movement. Then now, since we were going into an election period, the political party now, UDA, that was officially branded as a UDA party. That's when now we start as a...
You're confusing us. The party exists.
Yes.
The party, just like you've told us, the Democratic Party, the Republican Party in America, it was founded at a certain time, it was registered, and then it has been in existence.
Yes.
PDR existed. It was founded, it was registered with the Register of Political Parties. Okay? People who were in Jubilee and other parties joined PDR and they rebranded to UDA. Did they lodge new documents? Did they lodge a new constitution for the party?
Yes.
Did they lodge... So are they saying that now this is a brand new party?
Yes.
So PDR and UDA are completely different.
Yes.
So the Register of Political Parties, by accepting new documents from UDA, was basically registering a new party.
Yes. Basically, was registering a new party.
So why didn't you just register a new party?
Latif, you remember that period. You remember the things that were going on within Jubilee Party. And it was, you know our politics, it was extremely difficult to register a new, fresh political party. Extremely difficult. And you know, we live in this country. We know the political machination in this country.
We live in this country.
Actually, as of this morning, yes.
We can't say yesterday.
So you remember how difficult it was, as Joe is telling us, around that period of 2018, 2019, it would have been impossible to register a new political party.
But, that I wouldn't know. But what I do know is this. Given the musical chairs our politicians play, usually the people, if indeed it was difficult, the people who are preventing you from registering a party are the very people who at some point or the other you are in bed with and you're doing business with. So whatever games they're playing, this is just confirmation that these games are still fresh and they're ongoing, okay? So please, continue. And then?
So we're at the place where you've said that 2018, 2019 to 2020, it was very difficult to register a new political party.
The nominee for appointment to the position of Inspector General of the National Police Service. B, motion on the alteration of Part 4 of the third session of the Senate calendar. And C, hearing and determination on the charges for the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County. In accordance with Standing Order 33.5, the business specified in the Gazette notice, referred to above and as outlined in the order paper, shall be the only business before the Senate during the special sittings. At the conclusion of business tomorrow, the Senate shall stand adjourned until Tuesday, 3rd September 2024 at 2:30 p.m. in accordance with the Senate calendar or as resolved otherwise. Honorable Senators, with regard to the hearing and determination on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, a program has been prepared and appended to the order paper for today. As it is the tradition and in line with the schedule of activities for an impeachment hearing in plenary, the Senate will hold a closed preparatory session to deliberate on the management of the investigation after conclusion of business listed at orders number 2 and 3 in today's order paper. The objective of the preparatory session is to ensure that the process is conducted seamlessly and concluded sumptuously in line with the requirements set out under the County Governments Act and the Senate standing orders. During the pre-hearing, the parties, all members of public, and the media will be expected to withdraw from the chamber and the galleries, and that at and that any form of broadcast from the chamber shall cease forthwith. In accordance with the hearing program for an impeachment hearing in plenary, the open session will commence at 11 a.m. And now direct the clerk to call the next order.
Order number 2, notices of motion.
The Senate Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, which is the alteration of the Senate calendar, that notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on the 15th of February 2024 and the approval of the Senate calendar, pursuant to Standing Order number 32-4, the Senate resolves to extend recess so as to resume regular sittings on Tuesday, the 17th of September 2024, and that the Senate calendar regular sessions for the third session 2024 be altered accordingly.
Next order.
Order number 3, motion, alteration of the Senate calendar.
Proceed, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move the following motion, which is an alteration of the Senate calendar, that notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on the 15th of February 2024, which is the approval of the Senate calendar pursuant to Standing Order number 32-4, the Senate resolves to extend the recess so as to resume regular sittings on Tuesday, the 17th of September 2024, and that the Senate calendar regular sessions for the third session 2024 be altered accordingly. Mr. Speaker, sir, this has been occasioned by something we all are aware, which is the fact that our recess has been interrupted. Recess is a very important period, Mr. Speaker, in that there's work that goes on beyond the work that we do either in committees or in plenary here in the House, Mr. Speaker. In fact, most of the times, the committees take the recess period to expedite on work that is long standing before them, some petitions, bills, Mr. Speaker, and also members get to find time to interact with their constituents. Work of a senator is not a very easy job, Mr. Speaker. It involves a lot of twists and turns. Being the only elected position in the Republic of Kenya that does not have funds set aside specifically to carry out development, Mr. Speaker, this job of a senator can be quite the task, especially with the mind of the average Kenyan voter who associates work of an elected leader with physical, tangible projects. And therefore, in the absence, Mr. Speaker, of a senator being present and carrying out their oversight responsibilities, many of them would otherwise be thrown out at the next election or easily be rendered, Mr. Speaker, politically relevant. In fact, besides the position of a member of county assembly, I don't think there's any other position that has a higher turnover than that of a senator. And it is on account of that I specifically left out the position of women representative, because that's an affirmative action position, Madam Speaker, and therefore that one presents its own unique challenges. But a position that is open for contest for all citizens, such as that of the Senate, Mr. Speaker, by its own architecture and design. Mr. Speaker, I hope that eventually when we get the opportunity to review this constitution, we will do justice to the office of a senator, Mr. Speaker. Either make it useful as was the intention, because when the people of Kenya voted in this constitution, they were very clear what they wanted, only that the fine print failed them. The spirit of what they intended to achieve with that of a senator, Mr. Speaker, is not what is actually before them by the office of a senator, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, I was just saying that to remind members of the importance of a recess period, and especially in light of present day conversation across the country, where there's a push to have more accountability from both the national and the county governments, Mr. Speaker, and citizens are increasingly demanding for their voice of members of county assembly and the Senate, which is the oversight wing, Mr. Speaker, of our county governments, just to ensure, Mr. Speaker, that services are rendered to citizens. Therefore, it is my hope, Mr. Speaker, that with this change of calendar dates, members will find time, Mr. Speaker, to go and be with their constituents, check on the progress of the works that are ongoing, and so on and so forth. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, that is a basis upon which you have made this simple request. With those very many remarks, I want to request the Leader of Minority to second this motion.
Asante Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, nataka kuunga hoja hii mkono kwa sababu ni hoja muhimu ambayo imekumbana ama inakumba bunge la Senate.
Bwana Spika was moving up and down, championing for the Tawe movement agenda, not UDA movement agenda. So it was necessary. And it is about thinking outside the box. How do I draw the attention of the party organs to this big problem called Cleophas Malala? It is called activism. And within 3 days, we achieved the results.
So what you're saying is the Honorable Malala has you to thank for the predicament he currently finds himself in.
So he should not talk about the current acting chairperson or the acting secretary general. He should be saying Joe Halende is the reason.
Yes.
Let's take a break. 26 minutes to 10. Our guest is Joe Halende. He is an advocate and he's also the chair of the UDA Founders Association. He says these are the people who conceptualized moving Tanga into one house, a yellow house called UDA. And he's one of those ones. And we are asking ourselves, so which way UDA? Is it there? Is it not? We'll be back shortly. Good morning.
This is the...
Hello?
From Heart